how to get an HERMES bag if you're tired and if you don't want to play the waiting game. Hello everyone, so in today's video I thought I'd talk to you about HERMES bags and more specifically on how to get an HERMES bag if you're tired and if you don't want to play the waiting game at the HERMES store. So, as a little background, I just recently bought my first HERMES bag. It's this beautiful sellier, the sellier in a black box leather with gold hardware. And I did not want to play the waiting game at a store, so I will tell you how I purchased it and what are all the different options to get an HERMES bag without waiting and just without waiting. So first of all, the first option for you if you do not want to play the waiting game is go to Paris. Because if you're in Paris and you are there as a tourist, like if you're not a French citizen, if you don't live there, you can apply over your phone every day, I think until from 10 a.m. to I think 6 p.m. or 8 p.m. You can apply on your phone. You have to put in your details and your passport number, so you can't be a French citizen, you have to be from somewhere else. So you have to put in your passport number, and then you will get, in the evening you will get a message if you got an appointment on the next day or not. So sometimes you're lucky and you get an appointment the next day and there they will offer you a handbag. I can't promise you that they will offer you the handbag that you actually want, but they will offer you a handbag because you will get a handbag appointment. So you have to apply and the appointment is for the next day, so you can't choose when your appointment is. So if you get it, it's from the next day and they tell you the exact time when you have to be there in their store. So this only works in Paris, like nowhere else you can do that. But the negative thing is that you don't know if you will get it. Like I don't tell you go to Paris because of that, because chances are very high that you won't get an appointment the next day. Because they're very limited, obviously. So I can only tell you from my experience that I was in Paris during the summer and I tried it for like 4 days and I never got one, and I even tried it on my boyfriend's phone as well. So we probably had 8 applications and we never got an appointment. So I heard from a lot of people who got their appointment with that, so there is a good chance to get it, but there also is a good chance that you won't get it. And another thing is that I also heard that from people who got an appointment but they were only offered like bags that they really did not want at all. So you even if you get an appointment, there is a chance that you won't get offered any good bags. And also what I heard is it's best to get an appointment in the morning, because sometimes if you get an appointment like the last few appointments, then there are not a lot of good bags left. So it's really unpredictable, but it's a good thing to do and a good thing to try, because yeah, if you get the appointment you will get offered a bag. So, and if you're lucky you will get offered your dream bag or just a bag that you really like. So that's just what I can tell you about that. So if you are not going to Paris, or if you went to Paris and you just did not get lucky with getting an appointment, there obviously is the option of going the pre-loved route. But there are a lot of pre-loved sites, there are a lot of vintage stores that sell HERMES bags. There are 2 negative things about that for me. The first thing is that prices usually are extortionately expensive, because if you look on Vestiaire, like birkins go for $20,000-$30,000 and in store they are like $10,000 and under 10,000 euros. So you pay a very high premium if you want to get a bag in a good condition, pre-loved sometimes. So that's a negative thing. And for me, the most negative thing about going that route is that not a lot of bags there have the receipt, the box, everything like that, so that you are sure that it's an authentic bag. Because because on Vestiaire, for example, I heard that they do a lot of mistakes with authentication of HERMES bags. So I would just not feel comfortable buying there, I think, unless I got a receipt and just everything. But yeah, Vestiaire does not know their customers, so I think it's kind of risky. Like if you go to a vintage store that you know, and that you know the owner, for example, and he knows, he obviously knows the people who brought him the bag, and then sometimes he can assure you that they are real because it's a customer that brings a lot of stuff. It's a customer that he knows personally, just like that. So Vestiaire size, like Vestiaire, the real bit cautious about that. Vintage stores, you just have to talk to the owner, maybe know him, and and then maybe you can be sure, but it's also a little bit risky. So those are the negatives. The positives are you will always at any time find Hermes bags on Vestiaire, the real all of those pre-loved sites, vintage stores, you will always find Hermes bags there. So there literally is no waiting time, nothing at all. And you can also obviously choose, not like the appointment in Paris where they just offer you a few bags. You can choose from thousands of bags. But yeah, those are the positives, those are the negatives of going the pre-loved sites and store route. And then we come to the third option. And this is the option that I went for. And I bought my Hermes bag at an auction. So why buying an Hermes bag at an auction? Well, a lot of auction houses out there have an amazing reputation. They handle jewelry in the millions, paintings in the millions. They have usually the most amazing authentication service because they cannot afford to make mistakes on those things, because they only work with very expensive items, so they cannot make mistakes. And another thing is that with auction houses you usually have to bring your items, and they kind of get to know you, they talk to you, they kind of vet you if you want to sell an item with them. They also look at the item very closely before putting it up. For example, with Vestiaire, everyone can put up something, and you only have to put up pictures, and the authentication is only afterwards, and afterwards the authentication is probably less through and through than beforehand, because yeah. And they also do not take everything. They only take things which are in a very good condition, again, where they vetted the person who brought it to them, where they authenticated it. A lot of auction houses work with Hermes and jewelers and everything like that together to authenticate all of the items. So there, for me, you can be really sure if it's a very well-known auction house. For example, in Switzerland we have a lot of very well-known auction houses, and if you go international, maybe Sotheby's or Christie's, they are well-known auction houses that everyone knows, and they know their stuff. And with auction houses, not all of them, but some of them sometimes have auctions of luxury handbags, and they usually only carry Hermes and a few Chanel handbags, and a few maybe special Dior handbags. So they do not offer like other handbags which aren't in the highest tier of handbags. So then if they do one, you can get lucky. Also, I have to say I got lucky with the price of mine, but it's again unpredictable. I also bid it on an auction this summer on an Hermes bag, and the prices just exploded in the very last minute, and they were a lot more expensive than buying it in stores. So with auction houses, the positive thing is that you can usually, if it's a very well-known auction house, you can usually be sure that it's rightly authenticated and it's the real deal, because also they offer you a guarantee, so they will always take back the money and give you back the money if it would turn out to not be authentic. But what I've heard, for example, from the one where I bought it, they actually said they never had a case where they made a mistake with bags or something like that. So again, you can probably be sure that it's 100% real deal. Prices can be amazing, but the negative thing is prices can also be very bad. Another negative thing is auction houses, they don't ship, so you have to go there and pick it up. So if you don't live somewhere where there is a very well-known auction house, you just can't get the item. And another thing is with auction houses, like, you never know what they offer, and they usually do not have those auctions of luxury handbags a lot. Like, they have it maybe once, maybe max twice a year. And then, like, with the auction now where I got my bag, they only had like, I think 30 bags and maybe 15 Hermes bags or something like that. So they do not have a lot of things. But if you go there and maybe you get lucky like I did, and you find the dream bag that you wanted, like the exact bag that you wanted, and then it's amazing if you get a good price. So to summarize it, if you do not want to wait in Hermes, or if you do not want to wait until you're offered an Hermes bag, there are other options. First option is go to Paris and maybe you get lucky with an appointment, but you never know what you will get offered, and you never know if you will even get an appointment. Second, there are pre-loved sites and vintage stores, but here I would be very cautious because chances are that the bags are not real, because there are a lot of very good fakes out there. And yeah, you will probably always have this kind of feeling that you're not really sure if it's real deal, and that's not a nice feeling whilst spending so much money. And the third option, and the option that I went for with this beauty here, is buy your bag at the auction from a very well-known and reputable auction house. So those are the options. And maybe you even have another option, but I can't even imagine another option. I think those are all of the options that you could go for. And yeah, let me know if you already have an Hermes bag. Let me know if you're after an Hermes bag, and if yes, which Hermes bag are you after? Because let me tell you, I already have another list of other bags that I want from there, because their quality is just as amazing as everyone says. So let me know in the comments below. Like this video if you liked it, and also maybe don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I upload a lot of videos about luxury handbags, shoes, fashion, beauty, just everything nice in life. And I upload Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday every single week. So I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye bye.